Hello lads and lasses and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going through my predictions for the Newcastle United Liverpool game. 4:30 kickoff tomorrow, I believe. It is live on Sky if you're not going there. I will be going as season ticket holder. I go to every game. Well, most games. I go to the majority of games. Not the point. We're going to go through my predicted lineup and my predicted score. That's what predictions are. Well done me. Before we get into any of that though, if you are new around here, I find yourself here quite often, do go down below and hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, hit that like button, turn those notifications on. We're trying to hit 200 subscribers before the end of the year. We have a little more than 3 months to do that. We're on 161 at the moment. So if you want to help change that, do think about subscribing below. Let's get into these predictions now though, shall we? So, to begin with, I will go through the lineup. We'll start at the back. I do think we're going to make a couple of changes, but I think we will be unchanged in defence. I think Nick Pope stays in goal, obviously. I think Tripshaw and Botman are very obvious choices, and I think this is one of the last games we see Dan Burns starting at left back consistently. I do think Lewis Hall, well, we know Lewis Hall is going to be involved. Eddie Howe has said that he'll be involved in some sort of way. I don't think he starts though. I think he comes on, he makes a sub appearance. I think Livramento might make a little appearance as well as a substitute. I don't think Lewis Hall starts yet. He's had the full week of training. I still don't see it happening just yet. Not just yet. I think if we give him this game, see how he does. Brought on as a substitute, 60th minute, give him half an hour of game time. As long as we're giving him that proper good length of game time, I think we're alright. Bring him on in the second half, see what he can do, play him from there on out. I think that is what's going to happen. I think that's the most likely thing that's going to happen. Dan Burn, as you all probably know by now, I don't think he's a fantastic left back. I think he's done a great job forward. I don't think he is fantastic in that position. I think this is the last time we'll see him there. I think, obviously, Liverpool are going to set up something along the lines of Salah if he doesn't go, obviously, because there's always the chance that there's more development today. He doesn't play against us because he's going to Saudi. That is an option for him. But we'll see something along the lines of Salah, Diaz will be involved. They've got Gakpo, they've got Darwin Nunez. They've got all these kinds of players that they can chuck in there in that side. They've got a very rotating front three, kind of like what we're playing at the moment. They're good at that rotation, and I think Burns going to struggle if he does play. So I can see Lewis Hall starting. I do see that being an option. I don't personally think it's going to happen. I think this is Burns' last game as the starting left back, as a consistent starting left back. Obviously, he'll come back in during the international periods. European periods. That's the one I'm looking for. But yes, that is my starting defence. Now the midfield. So Joe Linton has trained all week. I do think he looked a bit off the mark in that game. And if we are going to change anything, it's going to be in this midfield and the attack. And I have a change in this midfield. I think Elliot Anderson gets his first start of the Premier League, along with Tonali and Bruno. Obviously, I don't think those two change. Tonali played great last time he played at St James's Park. I think playing against Liverpool will be good to see if he is that good of a player. Obviously, playing against City, you're not going to be able to show your talent very much, even without De Bruyne in the side. I did think we had a better chance. We had a better chance. We held them to a 1-0 win. Well, a 1-0 loss. I think Tonali is going to kick on in this game. I don't see there's any reason why not. Their midfield is very, very bare bones. They've got Szoboszlai, they've got McAllister, who his red card got rescinded, which fair enough. I don't think it should have been a red card, I guess, but it was a red card. So he's going to be in the starting lineup. I don't know who they have as that other midfielder. Curtis Jones. I don't think Curtis Jones is very good. I think he'll get dominated in this game. A bit interesting to see how Szoboszlai will do. Obviously, we wanted him. We got Tonali instead after things didn't pan out, which is fine. I think we have the better midfield, and I think it's going to work better in this game. Whether Joe Linton's in there or not, I think that position, again, is a toss-up. I've made changes to the side, and I think they're all going to be toss-ups. I think Burns a toss-up. I think Anderson's a toss-up. You could well see Joe Linton in there. There's no reason that he wouldn't be. He's a fantastic player. He didn't have a good game against City, but then again, not a lot of people did. The centre-backs did, and that's about it. That's all the players that had a good game. So if you can't change your side based on who has a good game against City, but I do think Anderson will get the start. Obviously, we also have Lewis Miley on the bench, who wasn't playing for the under-23s. Was it yesterday against Reading? He is confirmed to be making, not necessarily an appearance. He'll make an appearance from the bench at least. Speaking of the benches, they're nearly done. There would be some temporary seating there, like I thought. Not all the seats are finished yet, so I'm sure Jurgen Klopp will use that as some sort of an excuse. But Lewis Miley will probably make an appearance off the bench. I couldn't imagine anything else. Yeah, that's my midfield three. Again, Anderson and Joe Linton could change. But based off not having a great game against City and being slightly injured, although training all week, I can see Joe Linton missing this one from the start. Front three now, shall we go through? Now I have another change here. I have Barnes on the left. I have Isak down the middle. And you might be thinking, oh, he's still got Almiron in there. No, the change I think is Almiron comes out. Gordon pushes along to the right. Almiron has shown how one-dimensional he is against City. Now, City have a great back line. They've got the likes of Ake, Gvardiol, Ruben Diaz still playing in that game. They've got Kyle Walker that plays at right back. John Stones is still injured, but even when he's there, Rico Lewis, who's an out-and-out left back, they can cause problems down that left-hand side with the likes of Rico Lewis and Gvardiol and Ake. I don't think Almiron is going to perform well against those kinds of players. He's very one-dimensional. He needs he needs the ball on his left foot, otherwise he can't do anything with it. He wasted quite a few chances in that City game, and it wasn't even that the City players were overly great. It was he didn't make the right pass at the right time. Everyone has a down game. City's obviously going to be a down game, but we can't use that as an excuse all of the time to just give players a scapegoat. Otherwise, they're never going to play well against City just to kind of prove that point. As I was saying before, the cat tried to kill her there. Almiron had an off game against City. I think Gordon deserves to stay, and I think Barnes should get a start. And I don't think you can start Barnes and bench Gordon, because Gordon's played so well already. He's played fantastic in pre-season, played amazingly against Villa. He had an all-right. No one was good against City, as I've already said. He had an all-right game against City. Didn't do much, but nobody else did. I think Gordon is going to be one of the heartbeats of this team this season. So I don't think we should bench him at all. I think Almiron deserves to be benched from past performances. And then obviously Isak starts. I wouldn't mind Wilson starting. I think Wilson's a good striker. They bring two different things to the game. It'll be interesting to see how Eddie Howe's going to handle having two good strikers. I don't think Wilson's of the standard of Isak. I think Isak's a better standard. Obviously, he still has that higher ceiling. He is still quite young. Wilson on that older side. They bring two different things to the game. Isaac can dribble with the ball very, very well. You can move between playing as a striker and playing as a winger, swapping with Gordon. Probably swapping with Barnes as well at some point in this game. Wilson doesn't bring that. Wilson is your traditional number 9. He can have the ball at his feet. He passes well. Doesn't dribble with the ball very well. Can nick an assist on a short pass. He's just a number 9. I think Isak brings a little bit more, and I think that's going to help against this Liverpool backline, which is missing Konate. That's been confirmed. So they will have to start Joe Gomez or Matip. I forgot his first name. Oh, is it Joel? Joel Matip and Joe Gomez. Is that it? God knows. I haven't a clue. Anyways, so they're going to have to start one of them, who is a huge fall off from Konate. They'll probably be starting Van Dijk. They'll obviously have Trent there as well, who I don't think's a great defender. I think he could be a good midfielder. Could play well centrally with a bit of training. I think he's an awful right back. His defensive work last season especially was awful. I can see that dipping off again. Play him in centre mid. Give him the time there. I think he can develop well as a centre midfielder. Especially, he showed it against England. He played very well, although we were playing Farmers. But play him there. Get him that game time at centre mid. Bring a right back in to play right back, and I think Liverpool would be pretty sorted there. I think we can cause problems against Trent, Barnes, or Gordon. Could cause problems against Trent with his defensive work, very standstill. Even Isak running in behind on that side. He likes to dribble down both flanks. So again, that's something that could happen. They'll be playing either Gomez or Matip alongside Van Dijk, which Van Dijk's not been great last year. I don't think he'll be that good again this year. Again, could be proven wrong. Well, not again, but he could prove all wrong. Of course, that is something that could happen. I just don't think it will. And then Andy Robertson at left back, who I think is quite a good left back. He's very, very decent, isn't he? He could cause a bit of problem, and I think playing Almiron would be beneficial to Robertson. But I think playing him against Gordon, I think we have the advantage there. So that is my starting 11. Go through it again. Pope, Byrne, Botman, Shaw, Trippier, Bruno, Tonali, Anderson, Barnes, Isak, Gordon. That's the starting 11. What do I think the score is going to be? I think it's going to be a win. We're at home, and I think if we perform anything like we did against Villa, we're definitely going to win. If we perform like we did against City, I think we're going to draw. I'll say it now. 3-1 win. That's what I think the score is going to be. There's no reason we shouldn't be winning. We have goals in this side. Isak can score for fun. Gordon can set up like it's no one's business. Tonali, if we get Aston Villa Tonali, we're going to be winning every other game this season. I think we could go undefeated at home if we get Aston Villa Tonali for most of those games. Bruno needs to pick up He needs to pick up from where he left off last season compared to this season. He's not hit the ground running. Give him the time. He's a fantastic player. We all know he's not a number 6. He's just having a player there right now. Tonali, not a number 6, but it's going to have to switch between him and Bruno to be that creator. But yes, 3-1 I think is going to be the score, and I don't think there's any reason we can't win this game. That is my predictions. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. That's the one. And if you want sort of an instant reaction to the game, follow me on Twitter. I'll have something up there as soon as I get reception again, because I know how awful it is to try and use data in St James's Park and then after the game waiting for the bus and that. Absolutely woeful. But yes, apart from that, I will hopefully see you tomorrow, if not Monday. So if you want to be notified when those videos go out, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. Again, trying to hit 200 before the end of the year. If you want to help that happen, do those things. And if you did enjoy, do leave a like. Lovely stuff. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, if not Monday. In a bit, pal.